Hello. So after recently taking a Geoguessr quiz in which I was placed randomly around the United States and had to guess exactly where I was, I figured I'd try to narrow this down a little bit and play the Geoguessr game where I am randomly placed in a US city and I have to try to work out which US city that is. It's an enormous amount of fun. Join me on this journey in just a second to see if you can pinpoint where I am as I go along quicker than I can. But if you would like to play your own version of this, you can do so at geoguessr.com. Notice there's no E before that final R. That is important. And then when you get there, you just create an account for yourself, and then you've got sort of this collection of different challenges you can do. You can do US cities, as I've done. You can do US city capitals. You can do the entire United States. You can do the whole world if you want to, barring North Korea and other such places. So without further ado, let's play. Ooh, I recognize that bridge. It looks like one of those bridges that you cross en route to Louisville from Indianapolis, or rather from Indiana just generally. But I could be wrong. Let me just take a step further forward here just to see if we can get any signs as to where we're going. But it does look like one of those. I think they're blue, aren't they? And what have we got? We've got exit 20, so this could give us a further clue as to exactly where we are, if indeed this is that bridge into Louisville. I must say, I don't really remember what the buildings look like in that city. I've been a few times. But we'll... Oh, look at this. We've got a green sign ahead. This is going to give us a clue, I think, as to where we are. And I know all you people watching at home are like, yep, I know where you are, you prat. What does it say? Newman Street Convention Center. This doesn't tell us anything. Are we in Ocean Street? That suggests we're near an ocean rather than near a Midwestern or / southern city. There's another sign up ahead. It's likely going to say similar things, if not the same things. Just tell me where I am. Yeah. What is this? Speeding fines doubled when workers present. That's no help whatsoever. Let's keep going. Let's keep going up this road. I feel like a right idiot. I feel like I should know that this is definitely Louisville, or that it isn't, just from the buildings alone, but my memory is currently escaping me. So let's see what we've got up here. U-Haul. That doesn't help. There's U-Haul are everywhere. By definition, I mean, that's what they do. They get you to places. Let's see. Don't know any of the street names in Louisville. Again, though, does that say Bay up there? Bay Street or something like that? This, again, is not suggestive. And now I'm seeing palm trees. This does not suggest in any sense of the word that I'm in Louisville, does it? I was way off. That's embarrassing. But never mind. We'll turn around. We are obviously in a city of some repute. See if we can see any clues looking east or west or north or south or whichever direction it's going to take us in. I was just so gung-ho at the start because I was certain it was that bridge or one of those bridges you cross to get to Louisville, and this is seems quite a far distance from that very city in the south / Midwest. What have we got here? There's another bridge. So many bridges. This doesn't seem to me like it is San Francisco. I did notice there was a sign up here. Clearance 16 feet. Doesn't help. John T. Alsop Jr. Who's that? Anybody know? Anybody know? Does that give us a clue as well? Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at this green sign ahead. Green signs are my friend, usually. Where did it go? Let's see. What do we got? Daytona Beach. We're in Florida. So Daytona Beach, Florida, which I suppose is what? Daytona. Isn't that the name of the place? Let's go onto the map and zoom in and find Daytona Beach. This is where my Florida geography escapes me, but I did at least know it's there. At this point, I'm just going to sort of take a guess as to precisely where I am. I mean, it could be many areas. There's Daytona Beach. How far? It doesn't say, does it? No, not really. I'm just going to guess because I've held us up for quite a while here, just trying to figure out where I am. So let's make a guess. I was pretty far out, too far out. I was 91 miles out. I was in Jacksonville. That's where it was. It was Jacksonville, Florida. You all knew that. I suppose the name of this game is Cities in the US, not just random interstates. But I suppose, kudos for knowing where Daytona Beach was. So let's play the next round and see where this takes us. All right, looks a little more grimy. Looks quite familiar, actually. What is this? Let's turn around. Thought it was a tornado then. That'd be bad. Okay. Don't know. I'm almost getting Uptown Chicago vibes, but then that could be many cities in the US. What do we got here? Have we got any signs? What was that? It's not Seattle, is it? I think that said Seattle. That there. Can you see that? That says Seattle. And look at the weather. We're definitely in Seattle. The question then is whereabouts in Seattle. Don't know the area too well. I've been to the airport in Seattle. Let's see if we can find out the name of the street so that we can absolutely place us at where we're supposed to be. Unless that, of course, was a red herring and it said something that wasn't Seattle. I didn't bother to look at the full word, but it certainly did indeed give off those vibes. Where's the street names? Oh goodness, is Seattle like Chicago and that it doesn't have the street signs on either side of the road? Chicago's awful for that. No offense to Chicago. I live there, I can say that. So let's have a look. There's some signs. This could help. Yeah, I might have to get closer. I can't see what they say. Let's move a bit closer. No, that's no help. A market, though. There is a famous market in Seattle, isn't there? It says waterfront, sort of that way, and then something park. Let's go to Seattle on the map and see if we can find that park that I can't read, so this should be a lot of fun. Oh, this game is ridiculous, and I'm even more ridiculous when I play it, apparently. Let's see, Seattle, there we go. Ugh, why am I making strange noises? I don't know. So there's plenty of waterfronts, of course, around Seattle, so when it says waterfront, that might not be too easy, but that's it, isn't it? Occidental Square, I think it says, but it does say Occidental Park, I think, on the sign over here, although there is greenery in there. Perhaps it goes by two names, and there's a waterway that way. So if that's the case, then you're probably talking sort of this way, but it doesn't give mileage. So I think we're north of Occidental Square / Park, although they could be two different things. They probably are. I'm about to find out, because I'm just going to guess. This is really not me at my very best, I will tell you that. I would take an hour over this to try to narrow it down to the very street, but I just want to sort of highlight this game and what you can do. So, okay, I was within 193 yards. I think that's pretty good. I get 4,998 points for that, so that's not bad out of 5,000, is it? I was just 2 off. I should have done better now that I think about it. Okay, play next round. Where are we going to end up this time? Oh, look at that. Wow, I don't know. The good thing about this is, while it looks like a quite run-down area, it does have a lot of signs, and surely one of these signs will say, hello, welcome to the middle of Nowheresville in the state of Backwater. Sorry, anyone who lives in whatever place this is. It doesn't look like there's much going on in this area. I'm sure the rest of the place is fine. Let's go down the street and see what we can get. So there's more signs up ahead. It's not something I recognize. I'm not instantly seeing anything that's kind of high rise or anything like that. So not indicating a major city, but of course we could be on the outskirts of somewhere. That's occasionally true. Let's see what we got here. We got a little parking lot. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's no use. Oh, look at that. There's a massage parlor over here. This could be interesting. I know that obviously most massage parlors are for actual massage, but in an area like this, you might find some interesting things going on. I don't know. Sorry to the owners of this establishment if I am completely mischaracterizing you. I don't know. It's open. I know that. Yeah. I'll drive on from that. Don't want to get us into trouble. And I'm lost. I'm lost in the middle of some town somewhere. It's in America. We've got proof right there. We already knew that. Okay, Denver. It's apparently Denver because I can see a sign there that says Denver. We're going to go for that. Remember early on when I said we're on the outskirts of a major city? I think it's Denver, Colorado. Unless this is a company called Denver. Could be. I don't know. It says something else there. It's blurry. But again, in the interest of time, we've worked out the clues. I would look a little further, but I'm not going to just early on. But we're in Denver. I think we're on the outskirts of downtown Denver. It's just a question of in which direction. That's never easy to work out just from, massage parlors. But we might be able to work it out from other things. I'm not going to take that time right now because I've held us up enough by being stuck in traffic. Westminster, I've been there, actually, weirdly enough. Both that Westminster and the one in London, they're two very different places, I can tell you. It looks nothing like my memory of Westminster, but let's go with, I don't know. Let's go with the west side of Denver, sort of round there-ish. Make my guess. Not too bad. I was to the west of it, but it was sort of 3.9 miles away from where I was actually supposed to be. That still gets me a good point haulage of 4,939, so I'll certainly take that. But yeah, could have done better if I'd have taken my time and sort of narrowed it down to streets and things of that nature. But right now, like I said, like I keep emphasizing, just to sort of play down my efforts here, I am just trying to give this a trial run and to see if I can at least get the right city, if not the correct street. Okay, so we're going to play the fourth and penultimate round. Where's it going to put us this time? Ooh, this looks familiar. Where's this? College of... What does that say? There's a bloody sign in the way. Move, you silly sign. All right. Of College of Urban Public Affairs. That doesn't help. Oh, Portland State Bookstore. There are two Portlands, of course, in the United States, or two famous ones, Portland, Oregon, and Portland, Maine. I would suggest we're in Portland, Oregon. I've been to Portland, Maine. I've not seen the whole of the city, so there's no guarantee that what I'm seeing here isn't Portland, Maine. It could be, but I don't know why, but I'm thinking that, well, I certainly don't remember tracks running through anywhere like that. So my thought is that this is Portland of the Oregon variety, but let's see if we can get some confirmation, because if I were to guess Oregon and it turned out it was in fact Maine, I'd be very far off. Portland streetcar, again, I think that says to me this is most certainly Oregon. But again, I want absolute confirmation before I do it, because it's one thing to be, a few streets off or 2 miles off, but to be 3,000 miles off, that is a big reduction in points that I am not willing to stand for. Not at this late stage, when I've correctly guessed at least the state in each of these, and for the most part, the city. So let's see, there's a bus up ahead. Where's it going to take them? It's going to take them to Astoria to see the Goonies. No, I mean, that would make no sense whatsoever. It looks like Portland, Oregon, doesn't it? Sorry to enunciate there. I think it does. Portland State. Portland's not a state. How dare you? It's obviously meaning something else. Can't read what that says, but again, this is not Portland, Maine, is it? No, it's not Portland, Maine. This is definitely Portland, Oregon, and I think that Portland, Oregon does have a streetcar system, unlike Portland, Maine. I do not remember anything like that in Maine, so I'm going to go for it. We're just going to guess. It looks like a sort of nice area of Portland, Oregon, presumably. So let's have a look. There it is. Ooh, I went a bit far there. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. And I haven't seen any of the sort of water areas. Should we just guess? We'll just guess. The Pearl District. See what we've got. Quite a lot of places. Did I see any? Oh, well, now there was that place back there, wasn't there? The college. I wonder if we can find any sort of allusion to that on here. Possibly. That could help. Not immediately seeing anything. Let's zoom in. Don't know if we're in the sort of downtown area, because unfortunately, I've never been to Portland. I can't wait to do so, as I've said many a time. But yeah, that's not really giving me too many clues. I think, once again, I'm just going to guess, and we'll see how near we can get. I've zoomed in a bit more. Do we have any? No. Okay. I'm just going to go. I mean, it looks sort of like it could be this kind of area, but it could be many others, couldn't it? Let's go there, on top of somebody's house, presumably. We're going to make a guess, and we are... Oh my gosh! I was 538 yards away. That's sensational. That was a complete guess, once again. It must be something about these Pacific Northwest cities. I did something similar with Seattle, didn't I? So that's pretty good. I'll take that. So 4,995 points. We move it now into the final area. Where's it going to take us to? Let's play next and final round. And we're in a field. That's weird. Obviously on the outskirts of a city. Let's turn us around here. Looks familiar again. I keep saying that, and then it turns out a place that I've never been to, so could be lying to myself. I need some road signs, you... Come on. Oh, what's that way? There's some build... Oh, there's a big clue, don't you think? Don't you think? Right there? Yep, I think so. I believe we are in Manhattan. I'm joking. It's St. Louis, Missouri. I've been there. I would recognize it. I'd recognize it even from these bridges, which happen to cross the Mississippi River. Now, we've got to work out which side of the Mississippi we're on. It looks to me as if we are on the kind of... Well, it's kind of weird how it goes, but I think I'm on the east side of it, if I recall correctly. Let's go up to... let's go head toward downtown St. Louis, which is something I've had the great pleasure of doing on more than one occasion. And if you've not had a chance to see it, I in fact did a Finding America video from that very city. So we have a bridge up ahead, and I think we're seeing it from across. We're seeing the arch from across the Mississippi, I think, anyway. That's what it's looking like. And there you go. The bridge is... Well, it's going that way, and then we've got this one here. Train tracks, so that's going to be a bit of a clue. Let's pull up St. Louis. I think anybody watching this again from St. Louis is probably screaming at me right now, saying, no, you're on the wrong side of the bloody Mississippi. That's always a fault I run into in life. And one of these days I will rectify it. But, if we can get closer, we can see exactly where the arch is on here. It's called the Gateway Arch, its full name. We're at Granite City. It's a restaurant, isn't it? Maybe it's also a place in Missouri / Illinois, because it goes on to that side. Where is the arch in terms of downtown St. Louis? You'd think it would pop up straight away, and I don't fully remember from this. Am I missing it? I might be missing it. Sometimes tricky when you are under pressure. I have all of you watching me. There it is, the Gateway Arch right here. My feeling is that we're seeing the city and the buildings. So my feeling is we're somewhere sort of in this direction, and here we go are the train tracks. So I think we're about here. I'd say we're on South 2nd Street, or are we further out? Let's just put it in. I think, well, don't forget though, we started up probably this way if this is the correct road. So I want to get to near where we were. I never actually looked at the road name. Perhaps I should have done. But let's make a guess and take a look. I was a bit far out. I think I was, believing that I was nearer to the arch than I actually was. But still, 2.2 miles does garner me 4,965 points. And at least I was on the correct side of the river by the looks of it. So my memory served me well there. And so that wasn't too bad. I'm pretty happy. I wish I'd have done better on that first go with Daytona Beach. I just got really confused at the start and didn't even think to look for a city right there. So let's view the summary. I was at least in the correct state in each case, and with the exception of Daytona Beach, or rather Jacksonville, I was within a few miles, if not yards, of the actual place. So I will take that. 23,647 points out of 25,000. Kiss my face. Thank you for watching this episode of Lost in the Pond. Don't forget to hit my stupid little face to subscribe, and please share this video with the world. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and if you would like to support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond.